The following is a presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. For both the Cincinnati Reds and Houston Astros, the National League West is slipping away as the Dodgers continue to win. And it doesn't help either the Reds or the Astros that they're facing each other in a midweek series. It started in the first inning for Houston. Art Howe, a fielder's choice grounder to make it 1-0. Then Joe Ferguson singled home Enos Cabell. Fred Norman did not pitch well. 2-0 Houston after 1. And then in the fifth, Houston sends 8 to the plate. Joe Ferguson singles home Felipe Alou, and Denny Walling will walk with the bases loaded to make it 4-0. Bob Watson scores. Houston sitting pretty. In the sixth, Bob Watson doubled home Dave Bergman. 5-0 Houston. Tom Dixon cruising right along. A little road bump to Mike Lum in the seventh, an RBI single to make it 5-1, and then the Astros pen kind of imploded just a bit. Dan Dreesen, a fly ball to score a run in the eighth to make it 5-2. Dave Concepcion scores Joe Morgan on a single to make it 5-3, and then Don Werner hits into a fielder's choice to make it 5-4. The Reds bounce the ball around. Houston can't score on 2 errors. It doesn't matter. Houston, 5.5 back of the Dodgers. They beat the Reds 5-4, and they will play next from the Astrodome on Retro Sports Network. Come on, hit. It's helpful to hit the right button as Retro Sports Network presents Major League Baseball Replay 1978. Today, from the Astrodome in Houston, Texas, it's the Houston Astros and Cincinnati Reds on Thursday, June 29th, 1978. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulations and replay needs. So, Floyd Bannister going for the Astros and Tom Hume for the Reds. And if you're wondering what's happening in the series, Houston has taken 2 of the first 3. And a good afternoon to you, everybody. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program. The Reds are supposed to be within 5 games of the Dodgers all year. But if they're going to catch the Dodgers and make this a race, they need to make up now as we head into July virtually, a 9.5 game deficit. We have reached the point for Cincinnati where they're going to need some help. It is hard to do, and we know what the Yankees did to the Red Sox in 1978. But the reason why we still talk about the Yankees and Red Sox from 78 because it is so rare. Houston hanging right around the 5 to 6 game mark. They should be fine. They got to remember they have to win their games at home. They are not necessarily a good road team. The Reds needed to do better than lose 2 of the first 3 here in Houston. They really need to be on Houston's tail. And right now they're not. Houston's distance to the Reds is almost as much as Houston's distance to the Dodgers. So Floyd Bannister looking for his 4th win of the year. Tom Hume making the start for Cincinnati. Let's get to it, shall we? How we doing, Appa Chatter? Xfinity false advertising. Now. They pay for my cable, or I pay for their cable. Gordon Haywood playing on Xfinity Internet from Tribe Fan. Oh, that's true. No, you're right. Actually, I get about 300 megabits per second. Details, schmetails. And so Xfinity's paying for this stream today. Maybe they'll take 2 cents off my bill. So Floyd Bannister is on the hill. He's making his 9th start of the year. He is 3-2. With a 4.34 ERA. He throws the ball hard. He is a fastball pitcher, and it tops out at 97. But he's an extreme fly ball pitcher. Plus. He has yet to face the Reds this year. His last start was June 24th against the Padres. 5 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs all earned. He walked 3 and struck out 3. 47 and 2/3 innings overall, 44 hits, 3 homers, 23 runs all earned. He's walked 28 and struck out 28. With 105 total pitches expected, that should get him 6, maybe 7 on a good day. His long for the year was his first time out in 78 against the Dodgers on April 10th. He did go 7. Ooh, $1 gig for $70 a month. They're not offering that here yet, I don't think. I get 300 megabytes down. What's the up speed? The key thing for me is up, not necessarily down. Doing fine, Robbie. Here's how the Reds will line up. Pete Rose will lead off at third base. Ken Griffey in right will bat second. Joe Morgan back in the lineup. From the last time we had the Reds, he'll hit third and play second. George Foster cleans up and left. Dave Concepcion at short will bat fifth. Well, it's better than third, I suppose. Steve Henderson is in center field. He'll go sixth. Dan Dreesen at first will bat seventh. Vic Carell in for the injured Johnny Bench behind the plate will bat eighth. And Tom Hume on the mound will bat ninth. Defensively for Houston, Denny Walling a 6 and a 4 in left. Terry Poole a 7 and a 6 in center. Jose Cruz is 7 and 7 in right. The infield, Enos Cabell is a 6 at third. Mike Fischlin is a 5 at short. Art Howe is 6 at second. Bob Watson is 7 at first. Louie Pools behind the plate, he's a 7 and a 1, so the Reds should have some advantages trying to steal bases. And Floyd Bannister is a 2 range, but good with the fielding percentage. Oh, Electric Board gives you your stuff. Wow. See, that's what I'd want. We do have another telco company that we could use. But it doesn't save me any money. Today, on this day in 1954, Tribe Fan says Henry Louis Aaron hit his first Major League Baseball home run. AER 1946. I bet that's Andrew Rothman. How are you? Andrew sent me a lovely picture of Jennifer Lawrence this morning. So Tribe fans' buffering issues have been taken care of. Rose steps in at 314, 2 homers and 18 RBI. Morning, Lorenzo. He needs to lurk. He's in a brutal relegation home and away playoff series with the 4th place team in the first division to see who stays in the Premier. How did your cup game go? Only time it goes out is when there's no power. That makes a lot of sense. I wish I could say the same. Bannister delivers, and Rose struck out. He swung on and missed an 0-2 changeup. 1 out for Griffey at 265, 3 homers and 29 RBI. Oh, you lost in a shootout. I'm sorry. Hopefully Titania was nice to you in the gulag last night. Maybe warmed up the borscht a bit. Pitch to Griffey is a ground ball to Cabell. Comes in on the edge of the turf, throws to first, and Griffey's out. Okay, so the board liked it. That's all that matters. 2 out for Morgan. Lorenzo is rooting for the Reds. Morgan at 230, 8 homers and 29 RBI. Bannister deals, and Joe strikes out. Tipped it in the glove of Louie Pools, and that will retire the sides. The Reds get nothing and like it. No runs, no hits, no errors. Half an inning in the books. Cincinnati 0. Here comes Houston. And so Tom Hume... Thanks. Tom Hume is 1 and 9 on the year, with an ERA of 4.68. And so this is his 14th start. You can tell him, Robbie. His 14th start. He has 9 more to go after this. He's lost 7 straight. Against the Astros, he is 0-1 in 2 starts with an ERA of 3.60. In 15 innings, he's allowed 16 hits, 6 runs all earned. He has walked 4 and struck out 6. His last time out was against the Dodgers, and the Dodgers beat him on the 24th. 7 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs. Both earned. He walked 2 and struck out 6. So in 92 and a third innings, he's allowed 99 hits, 50 runs, 48 earned, 8 homers. He's walked 26 and struck out 47. And this will be the lineup that we'll put up for Houston today. Terry Poole hitting .330, leads off in center field. Denny Walling will bat second and play left. Enos Cabell at third will bat third. Jose Cruz in right cleans up. Bob Watson, still hitting .342 at first, will bat fifth. Art Howe at second hits sixth. Louie Pools behind the plate will bat seventh. Mike Fischlin at short hits eighth, and Floyd Bannister, who threw 13 pitches in the first, will go ninth. Defensively, I got a name wrong already. George Foster is a 5-5 in left. That's Kenny Henderson in center. He's a 3. Don't remember what his arm is. Ken Griffey is a 7-8 in right. At third, Pete Rose is a 4. Dave Concepcion is a 9 at short. Joe Morgan, as we said back in the lineup, a 9 at second. Dan Dreesen an 8 at first. Vic Carell, 4 and a 6 behind the plate. And Tom Hume is an 8 on the mound and a good fielder. Poole with the infield back hitting .330. A homer and 16 RBI. Already, I'm getting, you're killing me, Smalls. Well, you know. Pitch to Poole is fouled off the mask of Carell. And now they'll play in for a bunt, which I won't do. So Carell, make sure all his teeth are still there. Yep. And so an 0-1 count. What a way to start the ball game. Pitch to Poole is a liner in the right field. That's going to get past Griffey. And Poole's in the second standing. And now I'm killing you. That's a double. And that'll bring up Denny Walling at 2-11. 2 homers and 5 RBI. Now remember, Reds fans, the computer controls Cincinnati, not me. Pitch to Walling. And there's a liner all the way to the wall and left. Rose got a late jump. Walling's in standing, and the Astros lead at 1-0. And that brings up Enos Cabell at 295, 5 homers, and 29 RBI. Hume's pitch. Line drive, Griffey's there, and we finally have it out. That brings up Jose Cruz at 336. 4 homers and 42 RBI. Game 70 for Houston. And the worst part for Cincinnati is this is game 75. Pitch to Cruz. Ground ball to Concepcion. Over to first. 2 out. Lorenzo just had a goal taken off the board because I was offside. Bob Watson, future Yankee of America, at 342, 7 homers, and 46 RBI. How you doing, Mr. Mike? Pitch to Watson is a looper into left field. That'll drop. Walling will score from second, and it's 2-0 Houston. So that brings up Art Howe at 293. 5 homers and 35 RBI. 2 out, and not the start that Cruz or Hume wanted. Here's the pitch up the middle, a base hit. So Watson will scamper to third, and that'll bring up Louie Pools, his first at bat of 1978. On the real year, he hit 131, and that's being generous. 1 homer and 11 RBI. So happy New Year, Louie Pools. Pitch from Hume, and there's a ground ball to short. Concepcion in the hole over to first, and that will retire the side. But the Astros get 2 on 4 hits and no errors. 1 in the books. It's Houston 2, Cincinnati nothing. So Bannister will face Foster, Concepcion, and Ken Henderson. Foster at 263. 14 homers, 55 RBI. Someone sitting out in left field is going, "Come on, Cincy, help me out for crying out loud." Struck him out. 1-2 on the outside corner, and Bannister goes over and gives that Dodgers fan the stink eye. So that's 3 for Floyd. Here's Concepcion at 274. 2 homers and 29 RBI. Kamicki scores in that playoff in the Russian Premier League, and it's 1-0. Bannister delivers, and there's a looper into right at Jose Cruz. 2 out for Kenny Henderson, who was 2 for 9 on the year. Lorenzo's playing it, so he has an RBI. He came over from the Mets, by the way. You're welcome. Pitch to Henderson. There's a base hit right center field. Henderson digs for 2. The throw to Fichlin, not in time. So the Reds finally get a hit. 2 out here in the top of the second for Danny Dreesen. At 259, 8 homers and 35 RBI. Pitch to Dreesen into right. Cruz in the corner makes the catch to retire the side. The Reds get a double and promptly strand him after an inning and a half. 2-0 Astros. So Fichlin, Bannister, and Poole to face Hume here in the second. Fichlin hitting 114, or 4 for 35 with 3 RBI. In the left, Foster, 1 out. For Bannister is going to swing here at 222, 4 for 18 with a double. Pitch to Floyd is a ground ball to Dreesen. Takes it to the bag himself for the out. 2 quick outs here for Terry Poole, who doubled and scored his first time up. Hume, 23 pitches through 9 batters. That's the good news for Cincinnati. The bad news is it's only in an inning and 2/3. He's allowed 4 hits and 2 earned runs. Pitch to Poole, up the middle. Hume cuts it off, throws to Dreesen, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the third. The Astros 2, the Reds 0. And so, Texas starts our standing update. They've won 11 straight, and they've overtaken the Halos for second in the American League West. Kansas City leads by 3 over both. Minnesota by 4.5 and Chicago by 5.5. In the American League East, the Baltimore Orioles have won 5 straight. The Yankees have lost 2 straight. Milwaukee swept them in a doubleheader, so they've cut the lead to 5, and the Red Sox are 5.5. In the National League, the Dodgers have won 7 straight games and have the best record in baseball at 49-24. Houston at 42-28. That's the good news. The bad news is they got to go on a road, I think, after this. They're 28-10 at the Astrodome and 14-18 on the road. And it's always nice for Lorenzo to root for the New York Giants. The Reds, on the other hand, are scuffling around. They're 40-34. That's not a bad record. But they're 9.5 back, and the Padres have won 8 straight. They're 11 back. In the East, Pittsburgh, the capitulation's pretty much done. The Phillies lead by 2.5. Carrell is 0 for 8. He has struck out 3 times and grounded into a double play. That is offensive production. Fly ball, shallow center. Poole is there. Has it for the out, 1 away. Tom Hume is hitting 0.67. 2 for 30 with an RBI, and both of those hits are singles. To third, Cabell over to Watson for the out. 2 out. For Rose, who struck out his first time up, Bannister, 9 batters. 2 2/3 innings, 35 pitches. A hit and 3 strikeouts, one of them being Pete Rose. Bannister from the line. Got him again! He got Rose to chase a 97-mile-an-hour in the dirt. And that will retire the side. The Reds go in order. We go to the bottom of the third. I'm taking a drink. 2-0 Houston. Gulp, 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 gulp. You gonna guess the drink today? You didn't guess the last 2 days. Manuel 1747, our newest follower, number 95 here on Twitch. Walling, Cabell, and Cruz to face Hume in the third. Walling doubled, drove in a run, and scored. Nope, not water today. Sometimes I do. Usually it's the last caffeine I have of the day, though. It is not Gatorade, although the Amazon ferry did deliver that. Pitch to Walling is a ground ball base hit right side. He's going for 3. Griffey fishes it out. The throw to Rose, not in time. So a good start for the Astros. Here's Cabell. He's 0 for 1. Pitch to Enos is a ground ball to third. Rose will throw home. They got Walling in a pickle. Cabell will go to first, and Walling is retired. So Rose got it. Walling got too anxious. Rose started to give chase. He flipped it over to Corral. Corral was waiting for the tag, and there's 1 out. So Cabell, or Walling rather, is out. Cabell reaches on the fielder's choice. Here's Cruz. He's 0 for 1. I'll give you a hint. You can see it on the score. You can see it in the outfield there. Pitch to Cruz is in the left field. That's going to drop. He's going for 2. He's got it. How you doing, Big Clue? Excuse me. So Cruz on second, Cabell on third, and things go better with Coke. 0 sugar. Brings up Watson, who's 1 for 1. He got an RBI and a single. 2-0 Houston. And they've got 2 in scoring position off of Hume here in the bottom of the third. Pitch to Watson is in the center field. Henderson goes back. That will score Cabell. And it's 3-0, but there's 2 out. So a big sack fly in this big, big park. Yeah, I'm not a Pepsi guy. If you're wondering about how the Astrodome plays, it plays big. Average -6 for lefties, -8 for righties. Homers, -6 for lefties. And I'm not sure what the deal is for righties because it's a symmetrical park, but it's -48%. Art Howe has a single. He's 1 for 1. And Jimmy Wynn would know that better than most. Absolutely. The toy cannon. Passed away recently. Howe pops up left side. Concepcion and Rose are there. It is Rose's ball, and that will retire the side. But the Houston puts 1 more on the board on 2 hits. And no errors after 3. Houston 3, Cincinnati nothing. Air conditioning blowing in. That must have been pretty strong. Jimmy Wynn, there's a great clip on MLB's YouTube page of Houston playing at Old Crossley Field in Cincinnati. And Wynn got a hold of one and put it on I-75. He put it on the turnpike. Not only to clear the stadium, that thing must have traveled 500 feet. And you can actually see, with the black and white camera, the ball bouncing off the pavement. Ken Griffey's 0 for 1. Bannister delivers. It's in the center. Poole moves over. 1 out. Brings up Joe Morgan, who struck out his first time. Up, he's 0 for 1. The lone hit is Kenny Henderson's. Into right. Cruz, 2 out. Lorenzo's watching as Gardner put in a new lawn out front. See, that was the thing I loved about living out west. You roll in the grass, you put it in the spring, and you rip it out in the fall. And you got rocks the rest of the way. Texarkana wins. Hey, Mark, did you create a second Facebook account? Foster has struck out his first time out. Roll inside. Roll in, roll in, roll in. Keep those doggies rolling. Rawhide. Pitch to Foster. Ground ball, base hit past Fishlin. So the second hit for the Reds, and that'll bring up Concepcion, who's 0 for 1. So Foster on first. 6 hits for the Astros, 2 for the Reds, as we play the top of the fourth. 2 out. And Concepcion punches that one into left center field. Walling will pick it up. Foster will try for third. You got a new phone, so I should accept your friend request. They're going to try to throw to Cabell. Foster slides. They got him. So they tried to get greedy. And George Foster... All right, I will do that later. George Foster tried to take an extra base he could not get. And that will retire the side. The Reds get 2 hits. They strand a runner. They do not score. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 3-0 Houston. So Louie Pools, Mike Fischlin, and Floyd Bannister to face Hume here in the bottom of the fourth. Pitch to Pujols is into center field. He's going for 2. The throw to Morgan is in time. In time. He actually got the bag, and he forgot to call time when he popped up. And Concepcion just reached over and said, "See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya." So give Pujols the double, and then the out is 6U. Right, a heads-up play by Concepcion to watch. I think Pujols, that might have been his first major league hit. He was pretty excited. He popped up and forgot to call time. So here's Fischlin. He's 0 for 1. It's the little things that make this game so much fun, you know? Pitch to Fischlin is popped up right side. Morgan into foul territory. And makes the catch. He reached over and took it from a gentleman from Alvin, Texas. And there's 2 out for Bannister, who's 0 for 1. So let's see if the Reds can take advantage of Houston's mistakes here. Pitch to Floyd. Into left center, that's a base hit. Floyd will round first. Henderson got a late jump on it, and it drops for a single. So 2 out for Poole. You never sent me a friend request. Unless you don't have any. What's your name? What's your Facebook name? Poole is 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. So Hume, 59 pitches, 18 batters, 3 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Nope, that's not me. That ain't me. Pitch to Poole is a base hit right side. Griffey will pick it up on the ground. Bannister will hold. So Houston has runners on first and second. 2 out. That's our 9th hit. Here's Walling. He's got a double and a triple. He's 2 for 2. Corral and Hume go out and have a few words. Ground ball to Concepcion. Goes across the way to Dreesen, and that will retire the side. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors. Houston will strand a couple here. How you doing again, Mark? We go to the 5th. It's 3-0 Houston. So Kenny Henderson doubled his first time up. Dreesen and Corral to face Bannister here in the 5th. 3-0 Houston. And there's a line drive to Fischlin, 1 out. Mr. Dreesen's 0 for 1. Bannister from the wind. Into left center. Back goes Poole. He'll run, but this park is big. 2 out. Corral is 0 for 1. Big Clue doesn't care who beats the Dodgers. Good news for Cincy is that Houston has played 6 more games at home than they have on the road. And the road is Houston's Achilles heel. Pitch to Corral is a base hit into left center field. So a 2-out single. That'll bring up Tom Hume, who's 0 for 1. Bannister from the line with 2 out. Pop up left side. Cabell has it. And there go the Reds. No runs, a hit, no errors. We're halfway home. It's Houston 3, Cincinnati nothing. It's okay. I took my sip away from the mic this time. That's how we got here. 2 in the first and 1 in the third. Houston had 3 hits in the fourth and couldn't score. The Dodgers have won 49 games and lead Houston by 5.5 and the Reds by 9.5. And Floyd Bannister has held the Reds to 4 hits through five. Tom Hume, 9 hits through 4. Butterfingers, Boost Mobile, anti-vaping, or vamping. Yeah, Robbie, you shouldn't vamp. And the Navy. Better not lay a finger up a chatter on my Butterfinger. Here's Cabell. He's 0 for 2. He scored a run. A vamp tramp? Yes, that's exactly right. Don't be a vamp, Robbie. Social distancing and all that. Cabell, as I said, is 0 for 2. Wings stop and didn't see the... Ooh, wings. I like that. We know it was anti-vamping, Robbie. Cabell singles into right field, and that's how it starts for Houston. That's a 10th hit. Cruz 1 for 2. He's got himself a double. Homer Bailey and Ed Balfour. How long would that game go? That's interesting. Pitch, throw to first. Cabell is back. Yeah, I saw that Jose Canseco is legitimately concerned that COVID-19 might be killing the vampire population and Bigfoot. I'm not making that up. Through infected blood. Pitch to Cruz is ball 4. It's hard to go back to the action after the concern for the Bigfoot population, but there. In the Navy, you can sail the 7 seas? Yes. Yes. Sarah Michelle Gellar and Allison Hannigan, my secret girlfriend, are in the anti-vamping ad. Absolutely. Me and my Willow. Bob Watson, by the way, is single. He's riveted into Lauren Hutton and Jim Carrey are. Pitch to Watson. Struck him out. First one for Hume. He got him swinging on an 80-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch. And I'm sure that Bigfoot not only lives in Michigan, he botches the Michigan-Ohio State game every year. I'm not bitter or anything. Howe is 1 for 2. A lot of hot air goes through Mr. Canseco's head. Pitch to Howe is a ground ball up the middle. Morgan takes it to the bag himself. No throw to Dreesen. So they'll get the runner at second, and it's runners in the corners. Howe on third. And Cedeno, or Cabell on, or Howe on first, Cedeno on third. Not Cedeno, Cabell. And I think Big Clue has it right. Whatever goes through it, it just goes out the other side. Here's Pujols. He's 1 for 2 with a double. And remember, he was thrown out after his double. Loco, yeah, he couldn't even steer one. Pitch to Pujols, struck him out. So Hume got out of it. On the 0-2 off-speed fastball, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. The Astros have left 7 on after 5. It is 3-0 Houston. So Bannister giving me the warning early. Yeah, Ozzy is not the brightest bulb in the drawer either. Yeah, Ozzy was the smart one. What does that tell you? Pete Rose has struck out both times up, so Bannister threw 18 batters, 72 pitches, 5 innings, 4 hits, and 4 strikeouts, including Rose twice. Rose in real life only struck out 30 times in 78. Ground ball to first. Watson did the bag himself, 1 away. So baseball tomorrow, their parents dropped them on their head, but they still love them, yes. Please don't sue me. Ken Griffey is 0 for 2. Bannister from the line, and there's a ground ball right side base hit down the line. Griffey's going to go for 3, and he is in there. So it got past Watson, and Cruz had to wait for it to kind of settle down. And by the time he got in there, Griffey's got good speed, and so the Reds are threatening with 1 out. Yep. And somewhere his kid is watching going, Here's Morgan. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Bannister deals, ball 4. So Griffey on third and Morgan on first for Foster, who is 1 for 2 with a strikeout. Throw to first, Morgan back. So Morgan's going to be gone here. I would think so. He stays. Foster in the left center. Poole comes in, makes a catch. Griffey will tag. They're going to throw, and it will be in time! In time! Poole with a great catch, and he was shallow, and the Reds pressed, and that's it. So Griffey got the triple, and Griffey does a bad thing and gets thrown out trying to score. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still Houston 3-0. Written by someone from Wisconsin who's a big Dave Cowens fan. So Griffey, wow. That's you. Is Griffey from Tennessee? So it'll be Fischlin, Bannister, and Poole to face Hume here in the bottom of the 6th. Fischlin is 0 for 2. Shouts of Reds bias are coming from the stands. Pitch to Fischlin. Ground ball to Concepcion. Diving stop. Throw to first. 1 out. So I'm going to say either Dave Cowens grew up in Reds country. Okay. So we're going to say Chase Elliott just won the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500. Oh, Denora, Pennsylvania. Okay. So who else is from Denora? Bannister 1 for 2 with a single. Pitch to Floyd. Up the middle, and Hume botched it. It knocked off his glove. He runs around. He can't find it. Now he does, and that's an error, and Bannister's on. They turned my mother's elementary school into an old folks' home. That's cool. Oh, Stan Musial. Well, that's pretty good. So Lorenzo's team won 1-0. And they did not get any away goals. And so Lorenzo can now focus on this. Poole is 2 for 3. Has singled, doubled, and scored. Hume threw 27 batters, 93 pitches, 5 1/3 innings, 10 hits. He has given up 3 runs, all earned. He has walked 1 and struck out 2. Pitch to Poole is up the middle. Henderson should track it down, and Bannister will retreat. So 2 out for Walling, who is doubled and tripled. 2 for 3. Not a problem, Lorenzo. Pitch to Denny is into center field. Henderson moves into right center and will make the catch. No runs, no hits, and an error. We've played 6. It's still Houston 3, the Bengals 0. So Concepcion, Henderson, and Dreesen to face a tiring Bannister here in the 7th. Dave is 1 for 2. Fly ball to right. Cruz goes back, makes the catch. Uh-oh. Big. Yes. Yes, I did. Look, I was a Bengals fan as a kid. I know all about that. Kenny Henderson 1 for 2 with a double. Pitch to Henderson. There's a liner in the left. Walling is there. 2 out. So the Oilers have a field goal. I know Campbell's just getting warmed up. Dan Dreesen is 0 for 2. The big red machine kind of waiting for some spare parts to come in this afternoon. Pitch to Dreesen. Struck him out. Bannister got him on a curve, and that will retire the side. Stretch time here at the Dome. 3-0 Houston. I believe it was Tony Frisch in 78. Yeah, I fully agree with you, Big Clue. Kenny Anderson deserves to be in Canton. A great quarterback. Cabell, by the way, 1 for 3. He is singled and scored. Cruz and Watson to follow. Hume over 100 pitches, and Cabell is plunked. Lorenz is going to go look at his lawn. I was a Michigan fan and a Minnesota fan. Did a game that had the word World Bowl in it. Okay. So Cabell probably will steal here. Cruz 1 for 2. He is doubled. There goes Cabell. Correll throws down, and Cabell will steal the bag. That's 18. And so, barely safe. A good throw from Correll, but Cabell, all these words sound the same. Jose Cruz, as I said, has an 0-1 count and is 1 for 2. 3-0 Astros, bottom of the 7th. Ground ball, base hit up the middle. Cabell will hold at third. Cruz is on, and the Astros. Word bowl. Okay. So runners in the corners, nobody out for Watson. Bob is 1 for 2 with driven in, and has driven into. He now has 48 RBI. Game 71 for the Astros, 75 for the Reds. Struck him out. Hume got him to swing and a miss, and Watson just kind of went, whatever. So 1 out for Howe, who is 1 for 3. Pitch from Hume. Howe, ground ball, left side, base hit. Cabell scores. Cruz will go to second. Dave Tomlin coming in. We got a pitching change. This game is coming to you from the Astrodome in Houston. So the lefty Dave Tomlin, making his 26th appearance of the year. He's a lucky guy. 1-1 with a save. And a 7.77 ERA. He has faced the Astros 6 times. 4 1/3 innings, 2 hits, a walk and 2 strikeouts, and does have a save. Yep, the Rose and Super Bowl's not a good record there, Mark. He's pitched twice in this series. He went last night, a walk and a strikeout in the loss. And he picked up the save 2 nights ago, allowing a hit and a strikeout. So 24 1/3 innings, 35 hits, 1 homer. 25 runs, 21 earned. He has walked 19 and struck out 18. He's a fastball pitcher at 89. And doesn't favor the ground ball or the fly ball. It's 4-0 Houston, 1 out. Louie Pools is 1 for 3. Is doubled and struck out. Al, Red Sox fan, hope you're feeling better. Pitch to Pools. Struck him out. So a good start for Tomlin. A 2-2 fastball out of the zone, and there's 2 out for Fischlin. It'll be Corral. They did a double switch. Cesar Geronimo is in the game now in center field. He is a 9 and a 5, so hello, Dolly. And Tomlin will bat in the 6th hole, which means that Tomlin won't bat at all. Fischlin is 0 for 3. Up the middle, a base hit. Cruz will score. Howe stops at third. It's 5-0 Astros. For Bannister, with 2 outs, going to stay in the ball. No, he'll get pinch hit for. So who can hit a lefty? And so the Astros counter with Jesus Alou at 4:32. A homer and 6 RBI. Al goes back to listening mode. So 5-0 Stros. Runners in the corners, 2 out, bottom of the 7th. Base hit right field. Howe will score. Fischlin scampers to third. And Sparky better be careful. They're on the verge of being 10 games out of first place. Terry Pools 2 for 4. He has single, doubled, and scored. Tomlin and Corral trying to get on the same page. Ground ball to Concepcion. Over to first, and that will retire the side. But the Astros get 3 runs on 4 hits and no errors. After 7, it's the Astros 6. Launch them up there on some tang, baby boys. 6-0 Houston. So Kenny Forsch will come in. This is his 24th appearance. He is 1-1 with 9 saves. This is not a save situation, but he should get the last 6 outs. He has a 3.72 ERA. Against the Reds, this is his 5th appearance. He's gone 4 1/3 innings, 4 hits, a run it was earned. He walked 3 and struck out 2 and has a save with an ERA of 2.08. Has not faced the Reds in this homestand. Last went out on the 25th against the Padres. 2/3 of an inning and a loss. 4 hits. A run it was earned. He struck out 2. And so overall, 29 innings, 39 hits, 1 home run, 14 runs in total, 12 of them earned. He has walked 8 and struck out 6. And he is an extreme. There, that'll wake you up. Ground ball pitcher with 3 pluses. And that fastball tops out at 86. So Corral is 1 for 2. His first hit of the year. He's now 1 for 10. Force from the wind. And there's another hit for Corral. That one's in the left. And that's the 6th hit for Cincinnati. Or as they say there, Cincinnati. No runs, 6 hits, and an error for the Reds. They have left 4 on so far. 6 runs, 14 hits, no errors for Houston. And they've left 10 on. Geronimo steps to the plate for the first time. 259, 3 homers, and 22 RBI. Pitch to Cesar, struck him out. 0-2 fastball, swung on and missed, and there's 1 away for Rose. Pete, 0 for 3, is struck out twice. Corral on first. Ground ball to Howe. They go to Fischlin for 1. Over to Watson. And that's 2. Corral took him out, but Fischlin made the throw in the air. And the Reds just can't buy a break. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still 6-0 Tangers. So Walling will get pinch hit for by Wilbur Howard. Hitting 154 with a homer and 5 RBI. The download hasn't gone live yet, or it didn't as of 11:45. And so I have it pre-ordered. We will go tonight at 7 Eastern for a virtual unboxing right here on Twitch. Pitch from Tomlin is a line drive left field. That's a base hit. So Howard will not go for 2. And up 6, they're not going to steal. Here's Cabell. He's 1 for 3. Singled, stole a base, and scored twice. He's now 57 runs on the year. Pitch from Tomlin, and there's a base hit into left center field. Howard will hold at second. Cabell is on first. Audibles. I'm trying to remember, Robbie. I think it's one of the big things that they changed. Jose Cruz is 2 for 3. He is singled, doubled, scored, and walked. Don't forget, after the game, the rest of the Thursday in baseball, and we'll tell you what we're doing tomorrow at noon. Tomlin's pitch. Ground ball, base hit, right side. Howard will hold. Morgan could not make the play, and the Astros now have 17 hits. Brings up Bob Watson, who has a grand slam on the year already. He is 1 for 3 with 2 RBI. And the Reds just want to go home. Pitch to Watson. Fly ball left field. Foster will get it. Howard goes back to tag. He will score without a throw. Cabell moves up to third. And Sparky's making a change. Pedro Borbon coming in. It's 7-0 Houston. 1 out, bottom of the 8th. This game is coming to you from the Astrodome. So Borbon, making his 39th appearance. He is 5-1 on the year. And pitching ERA-wise, a lot better than what he did in real life by about a full run. He has himself a save. Against Houston, this is his 10th appearance. They only play 18 times, so 10 appearances against the Astros. 7 2/3 innings, 5 hits. A run, it was earned. He walked 2, struck out 5. He is 2-0 against Houston with a 1.17 ERA. In fact, he has pitched in all 3 of these games against the Astros. Last night, 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, a run, it was earned. So overall, 40 2/3 innings. He's got to be on short rest. 43 hits, 19 runs, 3 homers, 18 earned runs. He has walked 7 and struck out 19. And he throws a fly ball, curveball. 1 out, runners in the corners for Howe is 2 for 4. He singled twice, scored, and drove in a run. Ground ball to Rose, and it played off Pete's glove. Cabell will score, and now it's runners on first and second. That's a second error for the Reds. You kind of get the sense of how Sparky Henderson was let go after some of these games. Louie Pools is 1 for 4. Got himself a double, which he was thrown out, and struck out twice. Borbon's pitch, ground ball to Dreesen. Slow bounder. Concepcion for 1, over to first. And do they get him? Yes, they do. So a little silver lining here on a gray, rainy day in Houston. The Astros get 2 runs on 3 hits and 1 error. After 8, it's the Astros 8, Cincinnati nothing. How you doing, Manuel? I'm doing fine. How are you? So Griffey, who's got himself a triple, 1 for 3, then was throw out trying to score. Might have, or he just didn't want to be reminded. Willer Howard stays in the game with 2 and a 5. Griffey, Morgan, and Foster. The Reds need 8 to tie. They've got 3 outs. Force delivers. There's a line drive in the left. That's a base hit. So the Reds get their 7th hit. Joe Morgan walked, struck out 0 for 2. Throw to first. Griffey back. And we're going to have a pinch hitter, Mike Lum. Oh, so you're up on an away goal in the second leg, 1-0. Good for you. Lum at 258, 3 homers and 17 RBI. Griffey stays. Lum line drive center field. That's going to drop. Griffey holds, and the Reds have 2 on and nobody out for George Foster, who was 1 for 3. Forsch just kind of going, that's not what I wanted. Pitch to Foster. Line drive, pull, 1 out. Hope you're all doing well on this Thursday afternoon, live on Twitch. Dave Concepcion is 1 for 3. Has himself a single. And the away goal is huge for Lorenzo's chances. Struck him out. Concepcion took a fastball just below the belt, and that's 2. And so everybody's up here in Houston. There'll be a pinch hitter for Borbon. It's Junior Kennedy at 266, no homers and 4 RBI. So Bannister and Forsch trying to combine for a team shutout. From the stretch, ground ball to Howe. He goes over to first, and it's Houston. They've taken 3 out of 4 from the Reds, and they win this one 8-0. So Floyd Bannister goes to 4-2. Denny Walling, by the way, is good. No, Floyd Bannister will be our digital dice player of the game. Floyd, 7 innings, 5 hits. He walked 1 and struck out 5. He threw 100 pitches. Ken Forsch, 2 innings, 3 hits, and 2 strikeouts. Tom Hume falls to 1-10. 6 1/3 innings, 12 hits. 6 runs all earned. He walked 1 and struck out 3. The Reds just not playing very well at all. Tomlin, who gave up 2 runs with minus stuff. And Borbon really just on short rest too. So I hit this button. And so a short game, short thing, only 9 games on the card today. And let's play him, shall we? The Phillies beat the Cubs 7-1. Jim Cott goes to 6-3. Mike Schmidt with his 9th of the year. They hit 5 home runs. By the way, at Wrigley, Texas has won 12 straight. Ferguson Jenkins gets the win. They beat the A's 9-3. Mets beat the Pirates. Bert Blyleven loses to Craig Swan, who's a 10-game winner. How about that? 7-4 the final there. But the Astros gain on the Dodgers, as Atlanta stuns the Dodgers 8-7. Biff Buckaroba with a home run. Don Sutton takes a loss, and Skok, S-K-O-K, gets the win, his first of the year. Cleveland behind David Klein, and 2 homers from Andre Thornton shut down the Tigers 9-0. Andre has 18 home runs on the year. Baltimore 3, Boston 1. Denny Martinez goes to 8-8. Rich Dower with his first of the year. California beats Kansas City 5-3-11. Dave LaRoche gets the win. He goes to 7-2. Bobby Grich, his 6th of the year. And the White Sox beat the Mariners 4-3. Naharodny with his 2nd of the year. No bueno. No bueno. So the Dodgers still have a 4.5 game lead over Houston. Noon game tomorrow will be from Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. The Los Angeles Dodgers and the Cincinnati Reds. And I'm running the Reds. Get your bribes in now. He would pop me in a heartbeat. Yep. So here in the standings, Philadelphia now 3.5 over Pittsburgh, 8.5 over Montreal. The Dodgers by 9.5 over Cincinnati, 4.5 over Houston. San Diego and Houston over the weekend. Good chance for Houston to continue keeping it close. My pleasure, guys. Baltimore by a half game over the Yankees. Red Sox and Orioles. Oh, it's a doubleheader tomorrow. How about that? You get a legit doubleheader. 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific. A doubleheader. The Dodgers and the Reds. You get them both. 2 for the price of 1. Where are the Yankees host the Tigers. Milwaukee 5.5 back. Lorenzo's going to advance. In the West, Kansas City by 2 over Texas, who's won 12 straight. And California, Minnesota, and Chicago all within 5 games. So 2 for the price of 1, 11:30 Eastern Time tomorrow. I'm Ron Juckett. Be good to each other. We expect to do some football tonight, and Dave Gardner maybe, depending on what time the game is released. Until then, we'll talk to you later.